What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Portland Trailblazers, where the goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. And if I can't do it during that time, then the video will end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Let's get it.
Alright guys, so to me, the Portland Trailblazers are in one of the worst positions you can be in as a franchise, where they're not really good enough to compete for a championship, but they're also not bad enough to get a really good draft pick and get some premier talent via the draft. So they're kind of stuck in the middle here, where they're competing for a play-in spot just to get bounced in the first or second round of the playoffs. I know there's been a few exceptions. They made the Western Conference Finals a few years back, but man, it's just been a struggle for them to really gain some ground, and they've kind of just been stuck in the middle, man, which, like I said, is not a good spot to be in. So taking a look at the standings here, this is just yet another example of it. The Portland Trailblazers are the number 13 seed in the Western Conference, 31-40 this season, and 16.5 games behind the Denver Nuggets. Now, the Blazers definitely aren't competing for anything this year, and that's actually why Damian Lillard said recently in a press conference, actually as I'm recording this tonight, Monday night, he said that it's a real possibility that he'll just get shut down for the rest of the year, which is sad to see because obviously Damian Lillard is one of the best players in the league. So to see him get shut down would be tough, but it makes sense, man, because again, they're not competing for anything. They're really not. So it just makes sense to go ahead and shut him down for the rest of the year. So yeah, that's kind of the position the Trailblazers are in, man. Let's go ahead and take a very quick look at the roster here, see what the squad is looking like. Damian Lillard at the point. This is a guy who has been here his entire career, man, his entire career. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but spoiler alert, he's not going to be here much longer, man. We are finally going to move on from Damian Lillard. I think it's time, but we'll get into that a little bit more later on. Then at the 2, we got Anthony Simons. This is a guy who's 23 years old. A lot of comparisons to Damian Lillard because he's somebody who can definitely light it up, man. 21 points per game this season, 4 assists. He's been shooting the ball really well from deep the past few seasons. Defense, not so great. But still, he's a 6'3" guard who can just light it up, man. So I really like me some Anthony Simons. I'm not committing to keeping him around for the future, but we'll definitely see what happens there. Matisse Thybulle, this is somebody that they got for the low from Philadelphia. Yeah, man, not much offense to him. As you can see, 4 points per game. Actually shooting the 3 ball pretty well this season, but just not a high usage rate on offense. This is the guy who makes his living on the defensive side of the ball, which, hey, there's definitely some value to that without a doubt. As you can see here, second team all defense in 2021 and 2022. So 26 years old, man. I do like me some Matisse Thybulle, but he is a little bit too old for our long-term rebuild. So I'm guessing we're just going to build his value the first few seasons, and then we'll eventually trade him. I think that's the game plan. Then we got Jeremy Grant. This is another guy who I think has some trade value without a doubt. There's a lot of teams that could use a 6'8" power forward / small forward, somebody who just spaces the floor well, defends really well, and it's just kind of a plug and play type of player, man. 21 points per game this season, shooting 40.1% from deep. Yeah, there's a lot of value in Jeremy Grant, I think. So we can definitely find a team that would love to take him on. Yusuf Nurkic, not so much. I don't think his value is too high. Let's see, 13 points per game, 9 rebounds, not really much of a defensive presence down low, even though he's 7 foot 290. Yeah, man, I'm not sure what we're going to do with Nurkic. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at his contract. He's locked up. He's locked up, but at least it's not a huge deal. So I think some team might want to take him on. I'm not sure which team that'll be, but we'll go ahead and find out. And then we got Nazir Little. This is a nice young player. He's 23 years old. Definitely like him. I think he will be around for the next few seasons. Once we give him some more minutes, we're going to really find out just what his ceiling is. I mean, he was the 25th overall pick in 2019. It was actually projected to go a lot higher heading into his last season at UNC. Just didn't really pan out much, but this is a guy who was highly recruited out of high school, a lot of potential there, so we're going to try to maximize that in Portland for sure. Then we got Drew Eubanks, I think a really nice underrated center, pretty good rim protector as well, only averaging 1 block per game this season, but I do think he's solid down low, so there might be some value. Shaedon Sharpe, man, this is really the X factor. If he can develop into the guy that a lot of people think he can be, then man, that would be something. 6'5" shooting guard / small forward. He's not really shooting the ball crazy well from deep, 35.3%, but he's had to earn his minutes this year as opposed to some other rookies that have come in and just kind of had a star role right away. He's had to really learn and grow, man, which I think there's a lot of value to that. And he's just a freak athlete. He is just a freak athlete. Every time you see a highlight of him, he's just throwing it down. So yeah, man, I really like me some Shaedon Sharpe. I'm praying that he'll be a part of our long-term future if he can really blow up and be the star that we're hoping him to be. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Got Trenton Wofford. This is somebody who's undrafted, 22 years old, but he's showing some flashes of potential, man. As we take a look at his per 36, 7 rebounds per game, 12 points per game, shooting the ball really well. He's 6'8", so kind of an in-betweener. But I do like me some Trenton Wofford, and once we move on from Yusuf Nurkic, we're going to really get to see what this guy can do. Also got Cam Reddish, another X factor, man. Some people are giving up on him, some haven't. I'm kind of in the middle, man. I'm not expecting much, I guess is how I should phrase it. But if something comes of it, then that would definitely be a bonus. As we see his per 36, he's averaging 14 points, 3 rebounds, shooting the ball not so well from deep. But the defense is there as long as he's engaged and providing some energy. So 23 years old, man, we're going to give him a chance. We're going to give a lot of these guys a chance just to see what we have here. Justice Winslow, this guy is 26 years old, which is crazy. It feels like he's a lot older, man. Because I still remember when he was drafted back in 2015, 2016. Man, it felt like a steal that Miami got him with the 10th overall pick at the time. Hasn't really panned out, but you know, he's been given some decent production, especially at the start of this season. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to be here, but once we move on from Jeremy Grant, then we'll definitely be able to find some minutes for Justice in the rotation just to give him a shot. And then one guy who I don't really want to give a shot to is Kevin Knox, man. I'm over it. Yeah, 9th overall pick, 2018. Hasn't really done much. Has not done much throughout his career. It is what it is, man. We're not expecting much out of him. Maybe there's something here in Keon Johnson. There's just a lot of players here with some potential. So it's interesting, man. Ryan Arcidiacono rounding it out. It's a very interesting roster, but I don't think really anything starts until we hit that reset button. So that actually leads us into our 3-year game plan. And for season number 1, it's very simple. We want to hit the reset button, and that starts with trading Damian Lillard. It's tough, man. He's been so loyal to Portland. Obviously not the biggest market, hasn't had the best rosters around him, but he stuck it out, man. And for that, I give him a lot of credit. However, I just think it's going to be the best move for the Portland Trailblazers. Hit the reset button, man. Finally commit to going all in on restarting. Get some young players back. Get some draft capital back. That is the goal for the first season, and that also includes trading guys like Jeremy Grant, Yusuf Nurkic, maybe even some Drew Eubanks, stuff like that. We'll see. Just whoever has the best value, pretty much. That's the goal there. For season number 2, man, it's kind of the same as season number 1. I just want to continue to tear down. I want to get as many young players and draft capital as I can. Just trying to stock up, man. Trying to stock up. And then by year number 3, the goal is to have the best young core in the league. Now, that's a tall order because there are a lot of really good young cores, but that's what I'm aiming for. I just want to establish a really nice group of young players that we can get excited about. And this is definitely not going to be a challenge where we win within the first 3 seasons. Yeah, that's not going to happen, man. This is definitely going to be a long-term rebuild, so make sure to get some snacks, get comfortable, man. And we are going to simulate the rest of this regular season because all of this, year 1, starts next season since we are here in start today mode and we're past the trade deadline. Can't make any moves, so this year doesn't count. All we have to do is simulate this year and just see how it all plays out. Let's get into it. And actually, I forgot to mention, guys, we are going to shut down Damian Lillard for this season. I think that's also the best move. So we got some more minutes here for guys like Shaedon Sharpe. He's now in the starting lineup, getting 30 minutes per game. We gave just a slight uptick to Matisse Thybulle. We're also giving some more minutes to Cam Reddish, Trenton Wofford. They're both getting 20. And then even Justice Winslow, he's now in the rotation, getting 13. So I think that is the best decision. Shut Dame down, start to focus on these young players, give them as many opportunities as they can. And who knows, man, hopefully we'll lose all of these games and maybe even get a decent pick. We'll see how this plays out, man, but now let's get into it. So we didn't end up losing all those games. In fact, we actually won, I think, more than half of them. We finished 37-45 on the year. I kind of was hoping we'd be even worse, man, but it is what it is. Joel Embiid wins Most Valuable Player, finally gets it. Shout out to him, man. That's cool to see. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Don't really care about any of this. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. As we take a look at these awards, I don't think we will get any of it since we did shut Dame down. Yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense. Nothing for Shaedon Sharpe on the all-rookie teams. That's a bit disappointing, but we really didn't boost his minutes until down the stretch there, so I guess it's fine. As we did not make the play-in, we didn't even make the playoffs altogether, which is definitely what we were planning for. Let's go ahead and take a very quick look at the stats. They're pretty much just the stats in real life, man. So not a whole lot to talk about here. Damian Lillard finished with 32 points per game, 7 assists, man. Yeah, hopefully he won't take too much of a dip overall-wise heading into next season. He will be 33 years old. But hopefully it stays pretty close to a 95, man, because I'm definitely looking to move on from him. Anthony Simons, 22 points per game. That's nice. Jeremy Grant finished just a little bit under 20. Let's see. Cam Reddish got 11 points per game. Nice. Shooting that thing. Let's see. Still below league average from deep. Oh, well, man. Anyways, we'll look at all this stuff next season. This year really doesn't matter a whole lot. So let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs here. Just see how this all shakes out, as it doesn't really concern us. It definitely doesn't, as we have the Hawks and the Clippers. I feel like it's always the Hawks, man. 2K loves the Hawks. I don't get it. I really don't, as Trae Young wins finals MVP. But whatever, man. All that we care about is this offseason and really everything moving forward, where now we officially start our realistic rebuild. I'm hyped, man. I'm really hyped. I'm honestly not sure how I want to approach this in terms of like who I want to send Damian Lillard and Jeremy Grant off to, all this kind of stuff. We'll figure that out when we get to it, man. We definitely will. As we come over here to the draft lottery, I was hoping we'd lose all of our games down the stretch, man, but that didn't happen. So now we actually aren't supposed to have a very good pick here. Let's go ahead and see where we're at. We get the 6th pick. Honestly, better than I imagined. So we will definitely take that as we come over here to, let's just go straight to the draft. Let's go straight to the draft and see what it's looking like. All right, so looking at the draft, man, I don't know how, but for some reason, Scoot Henderson is dropping down to 4 here by 2K, even down to 6 to us on NBA.com. Yeah, that doesn't seem too realistic, man. There's been some talks that he might drop to 3, with Brandon Miller surpassing him for the 2 spot, but that's about it. And even that is a bit of a stretch. So yeah, man, I hope he would drop to us, but I don't know if he will. Honestly, I think we're just going to simulate the first few picks, like maybe 1 through 3. And if we need to, we might try to trade up, man. We're going to see how this goes. So let's go ahead and just come over here to the draft and just resume this thing. So first off is Victor Wembanyama. Yep, makes sense. Let's go ahead and see number 2 is Brandon Miller. Let's see. Are they going to pass up on Scoot? They are going to pass up on Scoot. Okay, man. Okay, do I want to move up? I'm going to go one more because I don't know if Orlando would want him. They got so many guards and they got him. They got him. All right. I probably should have tried to move up, as we see Cameron Whitmore from Villanova going to the Charlotte Hornets. But it is what it is, man. It wouldn't have been too realistic either way, so that's fine. So taking a look at this, we have some options, man. Nick Smith Jr., this is somebody who I like a lot. 6'5", really good size in the backcourt. Also got a guy like Anthony Black, his teammate at Arkansas. Keontae George is interesting at Baylor. But man, the person who's standing out to me is Asar Thompson. You know, at 6'7", plays the 2 or the 3. I think he could slide in and probably replace Matisse Thybulle there as our starting small forward eventually. Pairing this guy up with Anthony Simons and Shaedon Sharpe, talk about athleticism. That would be insane just to see them running and gunning. So I think that's too good to pass up on, man. We're going to take Asar Thompson, man. Let's go ahead and do it here and just simulate this to go ahead and see what his overall is. Let's go ahead and find this out. So he ended up being a 75 overall. That's actually really disappointing. I was hoping it'd be higher, but it is what it is, man. All that really matters is his potential. So let's go ahead and see that here. And he's got a potential. We're going to be just fine. We are going to be just fine, man. Without a doubt. There were some better options. Nick Smith Jr. Being the top one here, but that's fine. I'm really happy with this selection. Like I said, I think that is going to be a really athletic, fun group to watch. Assuming we keep all of those guys together. So rookie signing, of course, we're going to keep him. We actually had the 22nd overall pick. I didn't even see it, but we're getting Gregory Jackson out of South Carolina. Cool. He's 18 years old, 6'9", power forward / small forward, maybe a replacement for Jeremy Grant. We will definitely see how that plays out. Team / player options. Trendon Watford, got to bring him back because I do want to see what he's all about. Keon Johnson, we're going to bring him back as well. He's too young to pass up on. And then Kevin Knox. Do I want to bring back Kevin Knox? It's crazy. He's only 23 years old. We're going to do it, if anything, just for the salary. And we might just flip him. I'm not going to lie to you. Not a big fan, man. Not a big fan. I do like Cameron Reddish still. So we are going to bring him back. And Matisse Thybulle, of course, we're bringing him back as well. Let's come over here to free agency. Who do we have to bring back here? Here's Jeremy Grant. No offers. Expecting about 19. But yeah, we go ahead and take some of that off, man. If you got no offers, then who am I competing against? We're just going to knock this down to a 2-year deal. Get this to about, let's say 13.75. I think is fair. Who else is here? I think we also have to bring back Drew Eubanks. Let's go ahead and find him here. There he is. Unrestricted free agent, expecting a little bit under 7. I do like me some Drew Eubanks, man. I really do, like I mentioned earlier. But best believe we're going to try to save some money. 5.25, I think sounds fair. And now with our last offer for day 1, we're just going to look around and just try to find a little diamond in the rough, man. Let's see who's out there. So I know I said I wanted to get Trendon Watford some more minutes, and I'm definitely going to do that. But I think Thomas Bryant could actually be our starting center once we trade Jusuf Nurkic. He's 25 years old, unrestricted free agent, no offers, so we can definitely get this money a little bit lower here. And yeah, man, I think he'd be really nice, a fun player to kind of be a part of this rebuild process that we have. We'll see if he's able to really flourish, because he was starting to do that with the Lakers before he got traded. So we're going to try to do this here, man. We're going to get a 2-year deal. Let's go ahead and see if he accepts. And it looks like they all do. Beautiful sight. Beautiful sight. So that is going to do it for our free agents that we're signing. However, we do have some restricted free agents who might get some offers. That would be Matisse Thybulle and Cam Reddish. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So they didn't get any offers, which is great. Saves us some money as we bring back both of them. As you can see, that's nice. Let's come over here to player progression. What's it looking like? Damian Lillard down 2. That's a little bit tough, man, but he's still a 93 overall. I still think we'll be able to get something good for him. Also got Anthony Simons up to an 86 now. That's really good. Yeah, everything is pretty much going up, so that's also nice to see. Jusuf Nurkic stays put. We like that. Same for Jeremy Grant. Keep that trade value, man. And Shaedon Sharpe up 4 to an 80. Yes, sir. We like that, man. We like that. His perimeter defense getting a little bit better as well. He's a B. That is nice. As we've seen Nazir Little going up 1, Trendon Watford going up 1. Rest of these guys staying put. Yeah, Keon Johnson goes up 2. That's nice. And then also Jabari Walker up 1. So cool, man. I feel really good about this offseason. Didn't do anything crazy, but best believe we're about to make some moves here. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so actually, guys, I forget this every single time, but when you sign a player in the offseason, you can't trade them until December 24th. So we're just going to simulate to that date. That way, we have full access to everybody in the league in terms of guys we can trade for. So let's go ahead and do that and just see what the team is looking like. All right, guys, so we're 13-17 this season. We are the 12th team in the Western Conference, pretty much the same old Portland Trailblazers. So further confirmation that we need to make some moves, man, and I already have something in mind. Let's get into it. So the guy I want to trade for is DeAndre Ayton. It seems like only a matter of time until he gets traded from the Phoenix Suns, and man, this would be quite the package for them to get back. Jusuf Nurkic and Jeremy Grant. All of a sudden, we're looking at a lineup of this: Chris Paul, Devin Booker, KD. You're going to get Jeremy Grant and then Jusuf Nurkic. That is an elite starting 5, man. It's a starting 5 that can help you win a championship right away, which at the end of the day is what the Suns are looking to do. Yeah, we would also be getting Markieff Morris, just as salary filler here. But I think this is a good move, man. I'm hoping we don't have to give up any sort of draft capital. But let's go ahead and see what the Suns say. They want Jabari Walker and a 2nd round pick. They'll give us Terrence Davis. Yeah, man. I'm fine with doing this. DeAndre Ayton, welcome to the team. So I love this addition, man. I did want to try to get some draft capital for Jeremy Grant and or Jusuf Nurkic, but at the end of the day, a nice young player in DeAndre Ayton who's 25 years old could really use a change in scenery, man. I'm hoping this will bring the best out of him, and as of right now, we're going to be doing something like this here. We're probably going to be rolling with Thompson there at the 3. Might as well just give him that starting spot. We'll have Anthony Simons there, and then we will have Shaedon Sharpe. This is what it would look like once we move on from Damian Lillard. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man. It's finally time to trade Dame. Let's see what we can do. So here's the trade I have in mind, man. I'm talking to the Knicks. I'm trying to get RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and 2 first-round picks. One of those is from the Pistons this upcoming season, and the next one is the Knicks pick in 2025. I'd be giving up Damian Lillard, Matisse Thybulle, and Terrence Davis. Now, the reason why this works for the Knicks is because they've been progressing a lot the past few seasons, but they really haven't had that superstar that really the Knicks fan base has been craving for quite some time. It's the Big Apple, man. It's one of the biggest markets. They haven't had that star since Carmelo Anthony, and Dame would definitely be that guy. Now, the only problem here is that they still have Jalen Brunson, as you can see over here. Brunson is 6'2", not a great defender. I mean, he's gritty. But then you also got Damian Lillard. So it would be a small backcourt, but I'm giving them Matisse Thybulle. This is somebody who can provide some really good defense at the 3, probably pick up some of the slack in the backcourt in terms of defense. And then you're also still going to have Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. I think it works, man. I definitely do think it works. Even getting Terrence Davis, there's some value here off the bench. So let's go ahead and see, man. Are they going to accept this trade? They say they're not interested. Tough. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm just going to try to throw in some seconds here. Is this going to be enough to get it done? I don't want to take off one of those first round picks, but I think I'm going to have to. It's definitely going to be the next one for next season because the Knicks are going to be good, so I'm fine with losing that. The one that I want to keep is this upcoming year from the Detroit Pistons, man, because they're going to be bad, so I definitely want that pick. Let's see if they will now accept it. They say they're not interested. Come on, man. Come on, man. There we go. Damian Lillard, we thank you for your service, man. But he's heading to New York. So now we're looking at Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and DeAndre Ayton. I feel really good about that. I really do. Then we also have Asar Thompson off the bench, Thomas Bryant, Nazir Little, Trendon Watford, and Cam Reddish. That's our 10-man rotation. We're not even finding minutes for like Keon Johnson, Gregory Jackson. These are two young guys who are recent first-round picks. So we have a lot of young talent, man. We're pretty much just going to see who steps up, who embraces the increased role, and who doesn't. That's basically the plan here. We do also have one more trade that we're allowed to do. Now, I forgot to mention this here. I probably should have. But I limit myself to 3 trades per season, 2 trades per offseason. So we made our first trade for DeAndre Ayton. We made our second trade for RJ Barrett and this whole Knicks core. And now we have one more trade here. I think the guy I want to move on from is probably Drew Eubanks because he has some value. I don't need any more young players, that's for sure. I'm struggling to find minutes as it is. So let's go ahead and see what kind of draft picks we can get. All right, guys, so I'm going to try to send Drew Eubanks to the Dallas Mavericks for JaVale McGee and 2 second-round picks. At least that's what I'm hoping for. They actually got Nikola Vucevic, lost Kyrie Irving, super unfortunate, but they need a backup center. They definitely do, because right now it is JaVale McGee. So we're going to try to give them Drew Eubanks, so I think would be a nice addition. Is 2 second-round picks too much? We're going to find out right now. Let's go ahead and see. They say they're not interested. We'll just take one. We'll just take one. And there we go. JaVale McGee, welcome to the team. And when I say welcome to the team, he's really not playing. He's really not playing because I'm already struggling as it is to find some minutes for these guys. But I think I'm happy with this rotation. You know, Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, RJ Barrett, DeAndre Ayton. These guys are getting 30 minutes per game at least. Obi Toppin, we're giving him 26. We're going to see what he can do. But if I don't like the production, then Nazir Little is definitely waiting right there as a backup power forward. Asar Thompson is the guy getting the most minutes off the bench. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to happen if he really like flourishes, because I don't know where I'm going to find a spot for him in the starting lineup, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, man. That would be a good problem to have. And then, yeah, just some minutes for these guys here. Got to give them some chances as well. Maybe at some point we'll find a role for Keon Johnson, maybe even Gregory Jackson Jr., just depending on how they progress. They're going to have to show me something, maybe even in the G League. We're going to go ahead and do that off camera. But yeah, I feel really good about this roster. And I think we're going to lose a lot of games for this first season, which is just fine by me. So let's go ahead and simulate this regular season and just see how it plays out. All right, guys, so believe it or not, we actually finished 37-45, same record as last season, despite trading away Damian Lillard, Jeremy Grant, and Yusuf Nurkic, which is pretty funny. I kind of wanted us to be worse, you know, to get a higher pick, but it is what it is, man. We do have that Pistons pick, so I'm excited to see what that's looking like. But either way, let's see what these awards are looking like. Ja Morant wins MVP, Victor Wembanyama Rookie of the Year, as you would expect. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Anything that concerns us? No, nothing. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at these awards. I'm really looking at the all rookie teams. Surely we have Asar Thompson, right? There he is. All right, cool. We'll go ahead and take a look at the stats here in a second. Let's go ahead and get into that right now. So our leading scorer was RJ Barrett and Anthony Simons. They actually tied 20.2 points per game. Simons also had 5 assists. That's nice. Shooting the ball really well. Oh yeah, really well. 43.6%. We like to see that. RJ Barrett a little bit below league average from deep, but that's fine. You know, he was still doing just a little bit of everything. 5 boards, 3 assists. We round up around here. DeAndre Ayton, 15 points, 10 boards. That's nice to see. Shooting the ball well. Not really from deep, but that's fine. What would you expect? But shooting the ball efficiently. He's probably shooting like 60% from inside the arc, if I had to guess. So that's nice. Asar, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Shot that ball 50% from the floor and 33.1% from deep. Not great, but we already knew that coming into it, that the offensive game still coming along for him. You know, his range and whatnot, but I'm really happy with this pick. It says he's ecstatic, and I'm ecstatic too, man. Shaedon Sharpe, 12 points. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. I'm not going to lie, but we also have like RJ Barrett in the mix now, which wasn't originally the plan at the beginning of the season. Still, though, he's shooting the ball really well. 41.8% from deep, 52% from the floor. Is he 50-40-90 by any chance? Nah, he's not. 69.9%. But still, that's really good to see. Cam Reddish just a little something off the bench. That's nice. Obi Toppin in a starting role, about 9 points per game, 5 rebounds. You know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Nazir Little is going to be right there, man. He definitely is. He's going to be waiting in the wings to see if he can snatch that starting spot. Let's go ahead and take a look at the per 36 here. 15 points, 6 rebounds, shooting that ball really well from deep. What about Toppin? He's putting up about 12 and 7. Hey, man, Nazir Little, I think he's going to be our starter. That just seems like the best choice. So that's probably going to be the move we'll make heading into the next year. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a very quick look at the standings. Just see where we finished here. Let's go ahead and see. We're down here at the 11th spot. So I actually just missed the play-in, which is a good thing. I did not want to make it. I really was hoping we'd be a worse team. I really was, as the Clippers were bad. Jeez, do they still have like PG and Kawhi? Yeah, they do. That's really surprising. That's literally their starting lineup. And they brought in Austin Reeves, yet they won 22 games. Wow. All right, man, let's go ahead and simulate this playoffs. I don't really care about any of this. I'm just interested in seeing that draft lottery. What kind of pick are we going to get as LeBron James takes the Lakers to the NBA Finals? Let's go ahead and simulate this series here. See who wins it. It's the Lakers. LeBron James finally winning the ring here after a few years of real struggles in LA. But cool to see. Chris Paul, I cannot veto this anymore. That's fine. JaVale McGee is going to retire. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, this all looks good to me. Cool. Let's come over here to the draft lottery. See what kind of pick we are going to get. What are the odds looking like as we have the 13th best odds? Tough, man. I really wanted it to be better. Yeah, that's really disappointing. It's still going to be a lottery pick, it looks like, because we're just going to go ahead and skip the results. So we have the 13th pick via Detroit. That's nice to see. A lottery pick is a lottery pick at the end of the day, man. So we'll definitely take that, man. Let's come over here to the draft and see what it's looking like. So I'm here at the 13th overall pick, and I see this guy, Randolph Frazier, who was supposed to go a lot higher. 3rd overall pick here, according to some people, even the 2nd overall pick. Yeah, man, he's 21 years old, not great. He's 6'7", a shooting guard / small forward, and he's from Portland. I'm just now seeing that. So we have to get him. We have to get him. Actually, his ceiling is Danny Ainge. Floor is Danny Ainge, so I'm guessing he's going to be Danny Ainge. But we'll take that, man. We'll take that. I already have a couple of like shooting guard, small forwards, but I don't think at this point we're really drafting for position. I think we're just drafting for the best guy available. And Randolph Frazier out of Portland, kind of hard to say no to that. So we're going to go ahead and snag him here. That will be our lottery pick. Let's go ahead and simulate the rest of this draft here. Just see what the overall is looking like for our boy. Coming over here to number 13. He's a 75 overall, which we will actually take. There were a couple of higher ones, but again, he's a Portland kid and he's just going to be able to grow with this team. So I'm definitely cool with that, as we are, of course, going to sign him. Looking at team / player options, Shaden Sharp, we're going to accept that. Trenton Watford, Keon Johnson, Evan Fournier. I can't do it, my boy. I cannot do it. We're going to let him go. Appreciate you for your time. I was going to say contributions. He did not contribute. I don't think he played a second with us. Obi Toppin, we are going to extend the qualifying offer. That's an easy decision. Let's come over here to free agency. What do we have? Who do we need to bring back? Let's find out. So the only guy we need to bring back is Cam Reddish. He's an unrestricted free agent. No offers, expecting a little bit under 13 M's. Yeah, we're going to knock that thing down just a little bit, my boy. I would love to get this down to about 9. Actually, we can get this to under 9, man. Let's see. That's probably a little bit ambitious, right? What if we knock this down to a 2-year deal? Actually, we're going to lock him up for as many years as we can. Because when he's 26 at the end of a 2-year deal, he's probably going to be asking for something crazy, man. So if we can get him on a 3-year deal, then we will definitely take that. We'll give him 9.5. Let's see. Actually, do you want a 4-year deal, bro? Do you want a 4-year deal? I know that's a lot for Cam Reddish, but at the end of the day, if we don't like it, we can just trade him. You know, I don't think that'll be too hard. Again, I think he's going to be asking for a lot of money after like 2-3 years, even if his overall isn't very high. So if we can lock him up, I think that's the best move. 9.75 for Cam Reddish. I think that's fair. Yeah, and I think that's it, man. We see Obi Toppin, but he's a restricted free agent. I believe that is it. I don't really want to look for any steals because, again, we have so many young guys that there's just not enough space, not enough minutes to go around to add some more players. So we're good with what we have, man. Cam Reddish is going to come back. We like to see it. We do have a few other offers here that I'm going to keep an eye on, but I'll do that off camera. So let's go ahead and move on to player progression. So I'm seeing a lot of green arrows, man. Actually, all green arrows, which is really good to see. Anthony Simons went up 1 to an 87. That's nice. DeAndre Ayton stays put. A little bit disappointing, but oh well. Shaden Sharp goes up 5 to an 85. Talk to me, but talk to me nice. That is a game changer, man. I was saying he's one of the X factors, probably the biggest X factor for this entire rebuild. If he can progress, then that would be huge. And he's doing it, man. Also a B+ perimeter defense, which I didn't really talk about earlier. But I'm really glad that he's getting better with his defense, because I was a little bit concerned with Simons and Sharp as our backcourt. Neither of them are great defenders, but it looks like Sharp has developed into that, so that's really good. RJ Barrett, he's already a good defender, so we like that. Stays put at an 84. Don't like that a whole lot. I really wish his three-point shot would have at least gone up a little bit, but it is what it is. Nazir Little up 1 to a 79 compared to Obi Toppin, who stays put at 76. So I try to give Obi a chance, man. He's still going to be a part of our rotation, of course, but Nazir Little is going to be our starting power forward, at least for this season. Thomas Bryant goes up 1 to a 78. We like that. Trendon Wofford, he stays put. Disappointing, but he is an undrafted player at the end of the day. It's not like he had crazy high potential. Actually, we can go ahead and just see that really quickly. Let's go ahead and find that. C+. So he might be maxing out, which is fine. Asar Thompson goes up to a 77. That's definitely nice to see. Playmaking is going up. His mid-range shot is going up. Nothing on the three-point shot. Disappointing. Oh, well. Cam Reddish goes up 1 to a 77. Like we said, Obi stayed put. Gregory Jackson and Keon Johnson both go up 2. So a 76 and a 75. I said it. They got to progress kind of off the floor without getting some minutes in order to carve out a role. So we're going to have some decisions to make, man. Can we find a role for them? I definitely think we can for Gregory Jackson, because at this point, I mean, he's the same overall as Obi Toppin. 76. Where's that at? Yeah, right here. And he's 7 years younger. So, hey, man, Obi might not be in the rotation for too long. I hate to say it, but if Gregory Jackson is the same overall and 7 years younger, then best believe we're going to give this guy a chance. Keon Johnson, I would love to find him a role, but I think he's got like 1 or 2 more years. I'm not going to lie to you. And then we also have Randolph Frazier. This is another guy who's going to have to take some time, man, before he eventually cracks the rotation. But he's a Portland kid, so I'm rooting for him for sure. But all right, man, let's go ahead and head into our second season. I really don't think we have to make too many moves, but let's just go ahead and see what we can do. So taking a look at the team, we got Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharp, RJ Barrett, Nazir Little, and DeAndre Ayton as our starting 5. Still really like it, man. Off the bench, we got Thomas Bryant, Cam Reddish. Keon Johnson is going to be getting some minutes for us after all, because we needed a backup point guard. We also got Asar Thompson and Gregory Jackson Jr. now getting some minutes. The guys who kind of just fell out were Trendon Wofford and Obi Toppin. If we can move on from either of them, maybe get some more picks, then that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and just do a little bit of shopping, man. See what's out there. All right, guys, so I'm going to try to send Trendon Wofford to the Golden State Warriors for DeAndre Bembry and a 2027 first-round pick that is top 5 protected. I'm expecting that to convey, but you never know, because it is 2027. Steph Curry could be gone by then, so who knows. But it's a risk I'm willing to take, man, because I do think they need this center. Right now they're rolling with, I guess, Adam Bone, an undrafted guy who's upset. So, yeah, they definitely could use a center for sure. Trendon Wofford might even start, man, which is good for him. I hope that he ends up flourishing there. But if we can get this pick, that's top priority. So let's go ahead and see if they will accept this. They're saying no, they want a second-round pick. We're fine with making that happen, man. There we go. And then the next trade I'm trying to do is actually really tough, man. I'm going to try to send Obi Toppin and Frank Ntilikina to the Detroit Pistons for Dennis Schroeder and a 2025 first-round pick that's unprotected. Man, I hate to let go of Obi Toppin, because I can see him being one of those guys that's just an energy guy for us off the bench. But we already got Gregory Jackson, who, like I said, is the same overall, and he's like 6 years younger. So, man, I just don't think we're going to be able to have a role for Obi Toppin. So I don't want him to just sit on the bench, not even getting minutes. So we're going to send him to Detroit, which actually might even need him as a starter because they don't really have one at power forward. So hopefully this is where Obi Toppin will finally thrive. We thought it'd be Portland. It didn't work out. It is what it is. If we can get a first round pick back, then that would be really good. Let's go ahead and see if they will accept this trade. They will. There we go, man. And then our third and final move is actually going to be really small. We're just going to buy out Dennis Schroeder. He's on a 1-year deal. It's expiring. We could use him as our backup point guard that we were talking about. But at this point, man, we're a young team. I'm just going to give Keon Johnson an opportunity to be that guy. So just go ahead and release him. Let somebody else sign him. I'm sure he'll be happy for that. So that's cool. But yeah, man, we have our 10-man rotation here, and I still feel really good about this thing as I go ahead and just adjust some minutes a little bit here. RJ Barrett needs to be getting at least like 30. Nazir Little, I like to get that up as well. And yeah, I feel pretty good about this. I really do. I still think we're going to be bad. Hopefully even worse than 37 and 45, which we've been the past 2 seasons. I want a really good pick. You know, if we can get that, that would be great. But at the end of the day, I think we're really set up well for the future. So let's go ahead and simulate this regular season and just see how it all plays out. Well, so much for being bad. We finished 42 and 40 this season, better than any of the previous years, which I'm not sure how I feel about it. I still want some good picks, but I respect it, man. If the guys want to get some playoff experience, then go for it. You know what I mean? So Luka Doncic wins MVP. Clayton Elliott, Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson wins Sixth Man of the Year, not Asar, but that's fine. Chet Holmgren, Defensive Player of the Year. Scoot Henderson, Most Improved Player. All right, let's go ahead and check out these awards. Do we have anything of interest? Doesn't look like we do. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and see. We are a play-in team, so we are the number 8 seed. As we go and take a better look at the bracket here. Finished 9 games behind the Los Angeles Lakers, still kicking the top team in the Western Conference. Top team in the league is the Cleveland Cavaliers, 62 and 20. Let's go ahead and take a very quick look at the stats. Now that we have really a full year of this team, let's go ahead and see who the leaders are. We got Anthony Simons, 20 points per game, 6 assists, shooting the ball still really well. Yeah, we like to see that, man. Even RJ Barrett, 38.1% from deep. That's a really nice uptick. Still pretty much a 20 points per game scorer, 5 rebounds. That's nice to see. DeAndre Ayton, 15 points, 11 rebounds. Also had 2 assists, shooting the ball really well from the floor. Obviously not from deep, but that's totally fine. Shaedon Sharpe as a starter now, 14 points per game. I think that is a career high for him, right? Let's go ahead and find that over here. Career high, yeah, that's really good, man. Really good. And actually great efficiency, 54.9% from the floor, 42.5% from deep. Got to get that free throw percentage up, but yeah, that's really encouraging. Nazir Little as a starter, 11 points per game. What did he do in terms of per 36? It's not bad. It's not bad. That's definitely the weakness here for us is our power forward. But honestly, I'm not really even thinking in terms of weaknesses just yet because, again, I'm not even looking to compete. We're just here. We're just here right now, and I'm not even mad at it. Cam Reddish, 10 points per game, pretty much 11. We round up around here off the bench, so that's nice. Asar Thompson, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He shot 50.5% from the floor. Still not great from deep. Actually, he's at about the exact same as last season. Hopefully we get that up, man. Gregory Jackson Jr. though, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Okay, did his thing. Didn't shoot the ball crazy well, but he did from deep. You know, he can stretch the floor, 6'9", power forward / small forward. Is he our Jeremy Grant replacement? He might be long term. He's 20 years old from South Carolina. Like we said, he was a 22nd overall pick. Hey, there might be something there. There might be. And then Keon Johnson, you know, had himself a little 6 points. I was kind of hoping his assists would go up. But that's fine. And then we even gave 1 minute to the Portland kid, Randolph Frazier. So, hey, I'm not mad at it, man. Let's go ahead and see if we can get out of this playing game. Not expecting a whole lot, but who knows, right? As we've been eliminated. Cool. All right. So, we actually did lose to the Nuggets in that next one. We had 2 chances to make it, and we didn't. But again, that's fine. You know, better draft pick. So that's definitely cool with me. As we go ahead and simulate this whole playoffs, let's see who ends up making it out of here. It's the Cavaliers and the Pelicans. Who's going to win it all? It's the Cavs. Alrighty, let's come over here to the offseason player retirements. What do we got? Yeah, not a whole lot that I'm super interested in. That's fine. Let's come over here to the draft lottery. What kind of pick do we have, man? What kind of pick? We have, let's see, the 14th pick right now and nothing else from any other trades, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and simulate this. And we have the 14th pick like we thought. Cool. All right. We also have the 25th pick from the Detroit Pistons. That's nice to see. And that's pretty much it. So 2 first-round picks. Not mad at it. I don't know if we need both of these guys. That's the thing. I might try to package it, man. I might try to package it because, again, I'm struggling to find minutes for guys. So if we can actually just package this up, then that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and see if we can make it happen. So we're going to try to move up to the 10th pick, which belongs to the Memphis Grizzlies. We're going to give up the 14th pick and the 25th pick. Again, I don't need 2 guys. I really don't. So just 1 guy in the top 10 I would be happy with. Are they going to accept this trade? They're saying no. They want a pick swap. Let's go ahead and see. We would get the best one. Okay. And they would get the worst one. And then we give up a 2nd round pick. Can I just do this second, man? Because that's just so extra. Can I just do this second? They're saying no. They want the pick swap. In that case, let me keep this second then. No, fine, whatever. All right, we'll make this trade. Cool. So we now have the 10th overall pick. Let's go ahead and sim to that, see what it's looking like. What are the prospects looking like here? So the best guy on the board is Damien Cassell. He's 21 years old. I was hoping he'd be a little bit younger, but he's 6'5", can play the 1 or the 2. In this case, he might be our backup point guard if we don't end up liking Keon Johnson. You know, his ceiling is Drew Holiday, which would be really nice if we can get that. Again, some more defense in the backcourt. Can't get enough of that, especially when you're starting Anthony Simons, who isn't the best defender. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with Damien Cassell out of Wichita State. Let's go ahead and just see what he ended up being. We're going to sim this draft here. And where were we at? The 10th pick, 74 overall. Not crazy good. Actually, this guy, Larry Griffin, ended up being better, but he's 22 years old. What is the potential looking like for our man Cassell? It's an A-, man. That is a hit. That is definitely a hit compared to this guy who is a B. Yeah, nah. Damien Cassell is going to be nice for us, man. He's probably going to be our backup point guard of the future. Assuming it doesn't work out with Keon Johnson, we will find out. But I feel really good about that. So coming over here to rookie signings, that's an easy decision. Of course, we're going to bring him in. Shaedon Sharpe, Asar Thompson, Gregory Jackson Jr. Yep, we got to bring all of them in as well. Looking at qualifying offers, speaking of Keon Johnson, he's here. Of course, we're going to bring him back. Looking at free agency, what do we need to do? Let's find out. And we really don't have to do anything, man. I don't think I need to look for a sneaky pickup. Again, struggling to find minutes for guys. So I think we're solid. We're just going to come straight over here to player progression. Let's go ahead and do that and just see what the team's looking like. So Anthony Simons is up 1 to an 88, and actually Shaedon Sharpe has caught up with him. Up 3 to an 88 as well. We love to see it, man. Perimeter defense stays the same. A little bit disappointing, but still, I can't complain. He's gone up 8 overall in the past 2 seasons. That's great. DeAndre Ayton continues to stay put at 87. I guess that's fine, man. He's still our center of the future at 27 years old. RJ Barrett is an 85 overall now. He went up 1. That's nice. Nasir Little went up 1. Still probably looking to upgrade our power forward, at least our starting one. I actually completely forgot that he's 6'5". So yeah, we're definitely looking to upgrade that once we start to become competitive. I don't think that'll be this season, but who knows, man. We made the play-in last season, so we'll see what happens. Asar Thompson up 3 to an 80. That's also really nice to see. I mean, shoot, he has more size than Nasir Little. Do we just start him? I'm not sure. I don't really think his defense. Let's go ahead and see. Interior defense is a B-, man. I'm not sure. It's a little bit wacky. We'll see what happens. Thomas Bryant, still our backup center, staying put. Cam Reddish up 1. Gregory Jackson up 1. Randolph Frazier up 1. Keon Johnson up 1. That is good. And then Damien Cassell, a guy who I think will be a stud for us, a 74 overall. He's going to have to progress outside of the rotation, kind of similar to like Keon Johnson and also like Gregory Jackson Jr. But I still feel good about this as we get set for season number 3. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so here's the trade I'm thinking about. I'm trying to send Thomas Bryant and Cam Reddish to the Los Angeles Lakers for Jared Vanderbilt and PJ Tucker. I think V8 will be a really nice starting power forward for us. We've been needing that to upgrade Nasir Little, who I think would still be really nice off the bench for us. We are losing our backup center in Thomas Bryant, but I think we can replace that pretty easily. We have 2 more trades to do after this. We're losing Cam Reddish. That's the one that really hurts. But at the end of the day, man, this would be our backup lineup. We would still have Keon Johnson, Asar Thompson. We would have Nasir Little as our backup small forward, Gregory Jackson as our backup power forward, and then whatever backup center we get. I think we'd be fine without Cam Reddish, as much as it hurts me to let him go. But yeah, V8 would be a really nice addition, man. And maybe this is the move that gets us into being competitive. Let's go ahead and see if they will accept this. And they will. V8, welcome to the team. Tell me that's not a nice starting lineup, man. Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, RJ Barrett, Jared Vanderbilt, and DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. And like I said, off the bench, it's still really solid. Do I maybe want to upgrade Keon Johnson? I'm not sure. I think the main priority right now is looking for that backup center. So let's go and see what we can find out there. So it's not the sexiest move, but we're going to go after Dario Saric here as our backup center. He's sitting here in free agency, 77 overall. He's 31 years old, which is totally fine. And he's an A+ 3-point shooter, man. I really want somebody who can space the floor because DeAndre Ayton, our starting center, definitely isn't that. And actually, these guys were teammates together in Phoenix. So we already know that this can work as a pairing in the front court. So yeah, man, he's been shooting the ball really well. He did last season, 41.2%. Not so much the year before, but overall, this guy has been a really good floor spacer. So let's go ahead and find him again here. Yup. He's not expecting a whole lot of money, which is good because we don't have a whole lot. But we're going to knock this thing down to, let's say, 4.5. And there we go. Dario Saric, welcome to the team. So I think that's the 10-man rotation that we're rolling with. Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp, RJ Barrett, Jared Vanderbilt, and DeAndre Ayton as our starting lineup. Off the bench, we got Asar Thompson, we got Nazir Little, Dario Saric, Gregory Jackson Jr., and Keon Johnson. Now, we're going to go to the trade deadline, and if we feel like we need to make some moves, then we will. We still have one more trade we're able to make. And I think that might be upgrading Keon Johnson to get that backup point guard. But who knows, man? We'll see what happens here. Either way, I feel pretty good about this team where maybe we're not even going to make the play-in. Maybe we'll just get an actual seed in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and find out. Talk to me, but talk to me nice. We are 41-12. I was not expecting us to be that good, man. I really wasn't. As we take a quick look at the standings, we have the best record, in the league. Actually not far off from the Los Angeles Lakers, who are still kicking despite losing LeBron James. Cam Reddish now in the starting role. They brought in Anthony Edwards. Yeah, makes sense. Great. But yeah, I feel really good about this team, man. I feel really good. I didn't think we'd be this good, but now that I think about it, Anthony Simons, 89 overall. Shaden Sharp, 88. RJ Barrett, 86. You got DeAndre Ayton, 88. I mean, this is a really nice team, man. It's all coming together, and I'm going to do a very quick look at the stats here just to see what the team is looking like. Really, I'm just looking at one thing here. Is Keon Johnson somebody I need to upgrade from? Let's see, 1.5 assists, 1.2 turnovers. Nothing crazy. Actually, he's shooting the ball pretty well. He really is. About 4 assists for his per 36. I think we're going to hold on to him. I don't want to do anything too drastic to change up the team. So I do have that one trade that I can still make. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just going to hold on to it. I don't want to do too much here. I just want to sim the rest of the season because I feel really good about it. So let's get into it. So we finished 60-22, man. A really good season. As we take a quick look at these awards, still nothing for us. But that's totally fine. Was that us with the coach of the year? I'm not totally sure. Actually, I think it was. I saw Chauncey Billups, so that's nice to see. As we take a look at these awards here, did we get anything? We did not, but that's totally fine. We are the number 1 seed. Did we have the best record in the league? Let's go ahead and find out. 60-22. Yes, sir. Best team in the league, and it's actually the Detroit Pistons who caught up to us a little bit. Kay Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Cam Johnson, Jalen Duren, and Domantas Sabonis. That's an interesting duo. They got Amen Thompson. Do they still have Obi Toppin? Where you at? Nope, they don't. Obi did not end up thriving in Detroit. Unfortunate, man. I don't know where he's at, but honestly, I'm not too worried about it right now. So let's come over here to our stats, see what the boys are looking like. It's going to be pretty similar to what we just saw earlier. So not going to go over it too much. I just want to see, RJ shooting that thing 40.3% from deep. That's really big. I mean, look at the 3-point shooting for our top 3 players, man. This is a beautiful sight. Even Nazir Little, that's also really nice. Hey, man, I feel really good. Asar Thompson, let's see. Actually, 34.1%. We will take that, man. We will take that. He finished with 16 points per game off the bench, 5 assists. Hey, he was our main ball handler off the bench, which is really cool to see. DeAndre Ayton still a double-double guy. That's nice. As we see Dario Saric, what did you shoot from deep? 37.2%. That's all that we're looking for. But yeah, man, I feel really good about this team. We are going to simulate the play-in here. And we have our first actual series against the Memphis Grizzlies. Who y'all got? So they have John Morant, Austin Reeves, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., and now Christian Wood. It's a good team, but I do think we're better. Do I want to shorten the rotation right now? Let's see. We're running 10-man, and who would I get rid of? It would probably have to be like Dario Saric. Like we would just run some small ball with, I guess, Gregory Jackson. I think we're going to leave it as is right now because the team is feeling pretty good right now. A lot of these guys are on fire. So let's just go ahead and simulate this game by game. As we lose the first one, we win the second one. I was about to get worried. Up 2-1. Okay, there we go. Come on. End this thing. There we go. All right. First playoff series that we have won in this entire realistic rebuild. So that is good. It came in year 3, man, which I think is realistic. It's going to take some time. Actually, will probably take a little bit longer than that. But hey, I can't complain. We had to speed up the timeline, man. And it's been working out so far as we go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got Shea, Josh Giddey, Gordon Hayward is now in the mix. Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren now, who is healthy and a menace. I think I saw 90 overall for him. Is that what it is? Oh man, that's dirty. All right, let's go ahead and simulate this game by game. We're probably gonna have to shorten the rotation, I'm assuming, as it's now 1-1, 2-1 us. Okay, 3-1. Let's end this thing. Let's end this thing, Portland. Let's get it, man, as we're going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, this team is not as scary without LeBron James for sure, but they still have Anthony Davis. So they got VO, they got Anthony Edwards. That's very scary. Cam Reddish, this is his revenge game. Then they got Taylor Hendricks. Don't know who he is. He's just an auto-generated guy. And then you got Anthony Davis. So yeah, revenge game for Cam Reddish, but also revenge game for Jared Vanderbilt, man. Let's go off, V8. Let's get it, man. So we are going to simulate this game by game. Again, we win the first one. We win the second one. Okay, 2-1. Come on, boys. There we go. Let's end this thing. Let's end this thing. Portland is in the finals, and Anthony Simons, Western Conference Finals MVP. Let's go, man. We are facing the Indiana Pacers, the 5 seed, actually just beating the New York Knicks, who were the 7 seed. They beat him in 6 games. Wow. So we have a chance to win this thing. They got Reese Beacham. All right. I guess cousin, brother, son of Kenny Beacham. I don't know, man. I don't know how far ahead we are into the future here. But they also got Jaylen Brown now on the Pacers, so clearly we are far ahead. They also got Benedict Mathurin, Aaron Gordon, and Miles Turner. Super interesting team, but I think we're better, man. I think we're better. Let's go ahead and simulate this game by game. We win the first one. Nice. We lose the second one. Okay, I'm not even going to risk it. We are shortening the rotation because I don't want to lose this. We're right here, man. If we can win it this year, then best believe that's what we're going to do, is we're taking away minutes from Keon Johnson. That's totally fine. Asar Thompson is honestly our main facilitator off the bench, so that's cool. And actually, I'm going to try to give him some more minutes, man. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to knock this down. We're going to give him 30 of them things. And yeah, I think that's good. I really do. I kind of want some more for Shaedon Sharpe. Let's see. What can I do with this? Can I take some minutes away from Nazir Little? Just a little bit, just a smidge, and give some more to Shaedon Sharpe. I think that's the move. Let's go ahead and see if that's enough, as we're just going to, I guess, simcast it, man, because I'm really interested here. I think we can win this series. We are the better team on paper, I think, as we are losing this game, but it's back and forth. Come on, boys. Pull away, boys. Pull away. We're going to jump in if this is close. We will jump in if it's close. Come on, we're right here. We're right here. We're right here. We're jumping in. We're jumping in. Tie game. This is what? Game number 4? All right. Let's go ahead and come over here. We're going to make this neutral because we don't play any of these games. And we are going to make this 2K for the angle because for some reason it always tries to change it. But all right, man. We got Asar Thompson in the game. He's got the star icon on him. I feel like they give that out to everybody. No hate, but I feel like they do. But all right. Thompson with the ball. He's going for that screen there. Yup. That's a foul. Okay. All right. Free throws to Thompson. Don't know much about his free throws. I don't know if he's good or not. But let's go ahead and find out right now. He's got 13 points, 7 assists, and make that 14 points. That's a big free throw, man. Trying to tie this series up and reclaim home court advantage, I guess. Yeah, because we'd be tying this thing up 2-2. So this is game number 4 for us. 2-point lead, man. Can we hold them off? And yeah, that's wide open for Miles Turner with the slam. All right, here we go, man. Thompson with the ball. Let's see what he can do. Apparently he wants the ball in his hand. But who else can we find here? I see we got Anthony Simons on the floor. But never mind. It's going to be Thompson. What a dunk. Hey, Asar Thompson. Hey, you ain't got to do it like that, man. 2-point lead. Hey, is he going to get a starting spot? Did we just start him over RJ? I'm not going to lie, man. I might do that because from what I'm seeing right now, he's that guy for us as we see DeAndre Ayton with the block down low. They got a foul, and we are already in the bonus. So free throws for V8. First one's up and good. Let's go, man. Let's go. If we make this, I feel pretty good about simulating this. Oh, and we didn't. All right. 3-point game. Shot clock is not off, but it basically is. As we see Jaylen Brown, he's going with the quick 2, not the and 1. Okay. I thought that was going to be an and 1. That was a risky contest there by Anthony Simons. As Jaylen Brown makes the first one, 121-119. Second one is up, and it is good. All right, man. 1-point game with 19.2 seconds left. We got to ice this one. Come on, boys. So Vanderbilt's looking for somebody to get it into. He finds Anthony Simons, and they will foul. All right, that is Beecham with the foul. All right. Come on, man. We need this. First one is up. There we go. All right. Need to make this next one to make it a 3-point game. It is up, and it is good. 123 to 120. Indiana calls a timeout. They will advance the ball. 18.8 seconds left in this one, man. I really hope we win this game. If we can tie this up 2-2, going back home to Portland, I would feel really good. As we see Miles Turner looking to inbound it. Yeah, gotta imagine he's going to Jaylen Brown. Makes sense. Who is now the star of the show here in Indiana. That's pretty cool to see him in that role. Surprised he didn't pull up from deep, but there's Miles Bridges wide open. Tie game. 9 seconds left. Who's going to shoot it? Is it Asar? Is it Asar? Is he really that guy? Is he him? Is he him? There we go. The pull up. Man. OT. We have OT. Wow, that's crazy. We are actually going to just do a little bit of simcast here in OT. There we go. Simcast. We're going to simcast this thing just like that. Cool. All right. Continue the simulation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good start. Good start. There we go. Close this thing out. Close this thing out. There we go. All right. So we're going to win this game. Lovely, man. It took OT, but we have tied this thing up 2-2. That's a big win. That definitely is. So let's come right back here, honestly. Actually, no. Before we do that, I think we're going to make the move, man. Asar Thompson, we're going to put him in the starting lineup. Is that a mistake? I don't know. I really don't. But as of right now, I feel like that's our best decision. Are they really like, can we put them together in the starting lineup? Thompson 6'7", you know what I mean? Like, can we just replace Jared Vanderbilt? We're going to go ahead and do it, man. We're going to go ahead and do it. Is it the most realistic? I don't know. But we're going to try it out. Asar Thompson will be a power forward for us. But we're going to see if this will work. We're going to simcast this. And if we get blown out this game, then I know to put it back. So there we go. We're off to a good start. Yeah, pulling away. There we go. There we go. Portland, baby. One more game. Before we do that, let's see. RJ Barrett. I was going to bench, bro. 33 points, 9 rebounds. But Asar Thompson, 23, 6, and 10. I guess we found the lineup. I guess we did. I don't really know where our production is coming from off the bench, but I'm not worried about it. One more game, man. Can we end this thing in Indiana? It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. Yeah. All right. We kind of made it a little bit respectable, but we got game 7, boys. We got game 7. I got to make some more changes. I definitely do. As we're going to knock this down to, I wanted to say 8-man, but Dario Saric apparently is playing well right now. Let's see. He's shooting that thing well. Yeah. What do I do, bro? What do I do? I need some more minutes for like RJ Barrett. I definitely do. So as much as it pains me, we're going to take away the minutes here. Jared Vanderbilt will be our backup power forward center. We would just have not a lot in terms of backup guard play. But hey, man, we are just going to go all in here with our starting lineup. We're going to do it like that. And we'll even give some minutes here to Keon Johnson. Just a little bit of backup guard play I think is important. So let's go ahead and simcast this thing, man. Can we win it in Portland? Not a great start. Not a great start here. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Fight back. Fight back. Oh, man. We're going to lose this thing. Guys, I really wanted to win that. I really wanted to win that, man. Did I sell with the changes? Maybe. But, man, that's brutal. I really wanted to win so I could be done with this thing. It is 3:41 in the morning right now as I'm recording this. So, yeah, your boy is grinding up late. And I would have been able to go to sleep. I would be turning this thing off right now and going to sleep. But that didn't happen. Instead, we got another year at least. You know, we're not going to end this thing until we win a championship. So we end up with the 29th pick. I don't really care about it at this point because I'm just trying to win championships. So we are going to come over here to the NBA draft, probably trade this pick, you know, just see what's out there. I think we're good, man. I think we're good. We're just going to go ahead and make the selection, I guess, is what we're going to do. And that guy probably won't get any minutes for us, or he definitely won't. But it is what it is. Is there anybody here of any interest? Esteban Martinez. That's interesting. Let's see. Patrick Beverly, starter. He's 23 years old, though, bro. I can't do 23. I'll take this guy who's 19. Steve Kerr. Yeah, might as well. We'll go ahead and just do that. Cool. So we got Aid, whatever his name was. Honestly, I don't care about this draft, if you guys can't tell by now. 72 overall. Lovely. Great. Asar Thompson, Gregory Jackson Jr., Randolph Frazier. We're bringing all of them back. Frazier's actually a 77 overall now, the Portland kid. So that's nice. Malachi Flynn, yeah, we're not going to bring him back. Shaden Sharp, Keon Johnson, gotta do it. Cool. All right, coming over here to free agency. Now off camera, I don't know if I showed it here while I was editing or not, but we did re-sign Anthony Simons, and we also re-signed RJ Barrett. Both of them the 4-year deal, so they're back in the mix here, so that's nice to see. But the one guy who didn't want to re-sign with us was DeAndre, and he wanted to test free agency. He has no offers, expecting 37 M's, man. That's a lot of money. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. We definitely won't. We're gonna try to knock this thing down, let's say to like 28 is what I would love to do. Let's go ahead and see if we can make that happen here. As we're down inside 29. Yep, 28. Cool. Can I get like 27.99 because I'm petty? Let's see. That might be a little bit much, but if we knock that down to a 3-year deal, we can actually save some more money here. Let's see. Let's get this to 26.99. Yeah, just like that. Is that going to work? It looks like it will. Cool. What else do we got here? Let's see. And I think that's it, man. So let's come over here as we see DeAndre Ayton does accept. That's nice to see. I just got to make sure that some of these guys don't get any offers. Yeah, there we go. Shaden Sharp, prepared to accept an offer from the Celtics. What's it looking like? Yikes, that's a lot of money, bro. That is a lot of money, but we have to match it. We absolutely have to match it. As that's what, like 30, 34 M's, something like that per year. Yikes, man. We are not a very cheap team. In fact, we are probably the most expensive team in the league, but it is what it is. Got to bring him back, man. Definitely have to. Keon Johnson, we're going to bring him back as well. Dario Saric at 32 years old, 78 overall. We are going to bring him back just for the salary cap, but I think we might try to move on from him if he ends up regressing a good amount. So let's come over here to, let's see, player progression. Unless some more guys get some offers we have to match. I'm hoping that isn't the case. And we did it. Cool. So Keon Johnson, we're bringing him back. That's nice to see. Player progression, man. Still all green arrows. Nice. Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp, they stay put at 88. DeAndre Ayton actually goes up 1 to an 88, so that's nice. RJ Barrett an 85. Asar Thompson up 3 to an 83. We like to see that. Jared Vanderbilt an 82. Gregory Jackson Jr. an 80 overall now. He went up 3, so he is a really big part of the rotation. Nazir Little staying put at an 80. That's totally fine. Randolph Frazier might be some backup guard play for us now. He's a 77, went up 1, so that's cool. Damien Cassell, this is the guy that had, I think, A- potential. It went down a little bit, but still, 76 overall. He went up 2, so that's also good. Yeah, he might actually be our backup point guard now. We will find out because Keon Johnson stayed put. I think either way, I want to upgrade to get a better backup point guard because we're trying to win a championship right now, man. We definitely are. So we're going to do what we got to do as we head into season number 4. Jeez, let's go ahead and win this title, man, so I can go to sleep. So this move would definitely get us older, but we're going to try to get Marcus Smart from the Los Angeles Clippers, who no longer have Paul George, have a very old Kawhi Leonard, who's 35 years old. So yeah, man, it's time for them to start looking ahead to the future. Keon Johnson is 24 years old. He's a little bit younger, so they get some nice young guard play. They don't have Bones Highland anymore. Yeah, so we're going to try to pull out this trade here. We will give up a first round pick of ours. We'll make it top 10 protected. I don't want to just straight up give it up. Let's see. Do we have to, man? Can I just give up these seconds? There we go. All right. Marcus Smart, welcome to the team. So right now our bench is looking like Marcus Smart, Asar Thompson, Nazir Little, Gregory Jackson Jr. And right now it's Randolph Frazier, but we need a backup center. Not looking for a whole lot. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. Guys, it's come full circle. We're going to try to bring in Jusuf Nurkic as our backup center. We need somebody who can space the floor better than DeAndre Ayton when he's on the bench. And Nurkic can do that, man. 38.5% from deep last season. He's been shooting really well the past, I guess 2 of the past 3 seasons. So we're going to give up Randolph Frazier, which I absolutely hate to do because he's the Portland kid. Hasn't really gotten to play yet for us. And now that he's good enough, he will. But yeah, man, he's a shooting guard / small forward. We just have too many of those. So we're going to move on from him. We'll give them Rashawn Holmes. And if you're the Mavericks, you're getting the younger player here. They have plenty of centers. So I think they would be fine with making this move. Let's go ahead and see if they'll accept this trade, man. And there we go. Jusuf Nurkic. welcome back to the team. So that's the team, man. Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, RJ Barrett, Jared Vanderbilt, and DeAndre Ayton as our starting lineup. I thought about putting in Ausar Thompson, but we'll see. We might do that in the playoffs. For right now, I think it's fine. He's still getting 28 minutes per game, so that's good. But yeah, off the bench, we got Marcus Smart, Ausar, we got Gregory Jackson Jr., we got Yusuf Nurkic, and we got Nazir Little. So I feel good about this team, man. We should be able to win a championship this year. That is the goal. Let's go ahead and simulate the regular season and see how it plays out. Alrighty, so Ja Morant wins MVP. Darren Mercer wins Rookie of the Year. Let's see, does any of this concern us? I don't think any of this has throughout this entire simulation, which is pretty interesting here. So let's go ahead and move on here to the awards. All NBA teams. Yeah, none of this still, but that's fine. Where do we finish, man? We are actually the number 2 seed this time around. Very interesting. Let's come over here and check out the standings. I didn't see what our record was. 59-23, so only 2 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have pretty much the same team. Actually, never mind. They got Tari Eason on the squad. Interesting. They also brought in this guy, Dion Temple. And I guess off the bench, they have Dalton Carter, who's a 92 overall. They should probably do some mixing around here, man. Shea's been in a 3-guard lineup before, man. Just move him to small forward. I don't know, but I'm not going to complain. That guy's terrifying. He looks very scary. And yeah, he's a 92 overall, which is crazy. Top team in the East is the Detroit Pistons, led by Amen Thompson. Jeremy Grant back in Detroit. Very interesting. Also, Julius Randle and Domantas Sabonis. Yeah, that's a nice team. That is a nice team, man. Let's take a very quick look at our stats here. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about this. I just want to win this championship, man. As we take just a very quick look, you guys can pause it if you want to, but just know that I feel pretty good about this team. As we go ahead and simulate this play-in, we're going up against the Los Angeles Clippers, who I think have, who do we get from them? We got somebody from them, right? We gave them Keon Johnson. There he is. He's actually starting. And who do we get? Oh, yeah, Marcus Smart. Cool. So they got Keon Johnson, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard, Jabari Smith-Jr., and Ivica Zubac. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and simulate this game by game. We win the first one. We should smoke these boys, right? We win the second one, the third one, clean sweep. Nice. All right. So we are on to the second round. We're going up against the Sacramento Kings. Who y'all got? Isaiah Joe, Keontae George, Zach LaVine, Keegan Murray, and Nicholas Claxton. Interesting squad, but we are better. We should beat them boys in like 5, right? We win the first one. We lose the second one. There we go. Up 2-1. Oh, guys, not like this. I'm going to shorten the rotation right now just because I'm a little bit scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little bit scared as we knock this back down to a 9-man rotation. Nazir Little's going to lose minutes. That's honestly fine by me. Let's see. They want to bench Shaedon Sharpe. No, we're not going to do that, man. Anthony Simons is definitely going to start. So it's Ausar Thompson they want to start. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go like this here. Yep, there we go. All right, cool. We definitely need to reorganize the minutes here, though, as we're going to knock this down like that. Yep, give some more minutes to Anthony Simons. Give some more minutes to Shaedon Sharpe. Yeah, I think that's good, man. I think that's good. So let's go ahead and simulate this, see if that was the change that we needed. As we're going to go Simcast. Actually, no, we're not. We don't need to do that, right? Surely not. There we go. Let's end this thing, man. Let's end this thing. Come on. Who are we going up against? It's Houston. Let's go. It's not OKC, which I'm really happy about. Who does Houston have? They got Markelle Fultz, Jalen Green, Nate Tinsley. That's a nice name. Kristaps Porzingis and Victor Wembanyama, who is now a 98 overall. Lovely. All right. Let's go ahead and simulate this game by game. We win the first game. We win the second game. The third game. Oh, there we go. Alrighty then. We are back in the finals, and it's Ausar Thompson's team, man. All right. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This man is a starter now. He's probably been upset this whole time. So we're going up against the Brooklyn Nets, who are the number 7 seed, man. They upset the Detroit Pistons in 7 games if we don't win this series, man. Let's see. They got Lonzo Ball, Mikal Bridges, Lauri Markkanen, Chris Murray, and Darren Rush. That's a really nice team. That definitely is. But we're better, man. Let's end this thing, man. Let me go to sleep. We win the first game, the second game, the third game. Portland. There we go, man. It took 4 seasons, but the Portland Trailblazers have won a championship. Finals MVP goes to Anthony Simons, 31 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Yeah, man, really good stuff there. This one took a while. Like I said, 4 seasons. We normally don't have to go more than 3 years. We did this time around. I expected it because we had to tear it all down here. But I think this was a really fun one, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. 75% of y'all watching these videos are not subscribed, so if you could hit that button, it would really mean a lot to me, man. But this has been 2KJ. Blessings.